little bit later than I was hoping, but I've come back to do that review that I was talking about on the Kayfun 2.1 ES Mini. Yet again, I need to thank Smunky at the Vapors Den for lending me this for review purposes. As you could probably guess if you've seen the Power Block review, I've been really blown away by this thing. Now, given that there's a few reviews that have been out, that have been done, and people have walked it through, I am going to do that, but I wanted to start off with my conclusions so that if you've seen a few and you just want to know what I think, it saves you having to skip through and all that kind of business. So, even after I've had it 8 days, and even now I've calmed down a bit, I still can't pull a toke on this thing without just thinking, wow. It is a stonking vape. It is a cracker of a vape. The other thing that I really like about this is it's just so female friendly in form. Here it is. I've just got it sat on top of a Ego Twist here. It's pretty long, this one. It's the 900 milliamp hour version. It's got a beauty ring supplied, which I've got on here, and I think that sort of straight through brushed look is really elegant. It's something that's handbag friendly. So it's nice to see a cracking mod that even girls can enjoy, because I know that you don't really like the 22mm stuff from what I can gather in forums. That might be a generalisation. Don't know, don't mean it that way. Now I wondered before it turned up, as you can gather, and as I've said before, my vape budget normally means that I'm spending 20 to 40 quid on an Atty, something in that sort of range. And I really did wonder before it turned up whether you could tell the difference in sort of something that's pretty much 3 times the price. Short answer is yes. You'll see when I go into the table, but everything sort of in terms of the way that it's machined is just so purposeful. I'll wait till I go into the close-up rather than showing you now. I will take a vape on it though. Even on a silly little Ego battery, or a silly long Ego battery in this case, the quality of the vape is just absolutely stunning. I think I've said in previous videos, and I'll say again, that my preference has generally been for Genesis type atomizers, and I'm going to do a review probably tomorrow now on the SmokeTech RSST with a couple of different wick styles. I've been trying out the 2mm rope wick with really good results. Do I like this more than a Genesis? It's a really tough call. They're two different experiences, and I said it to Smunky actually when I was talking to him about what I thought. But a Genesis Atty, taking a hit on it, if we were looking at an alcoholic equivalent, it's like doing shots, whereas this as a vaping experience is more like a fine wine to be savoured. Now when I first got it, Smunky left a coil on so I could see how it was done, and it was set at about 2.2 ohms. And it was really nice. The flavour was... I've never had anything, never had a thing that tastes any better than this. And if anyone knows of anything, then be sure to comment and let me know. But from what I can gather, I failed to see how it could get any better flavour-wise. I really do. Everything tastes exactly how it smells when you get it concentrated in the bottle. Whereas with a Genesis, even with the rope wick, the flavour's there, don't get me wrong, it's not like it's lacking. But it's just nowhere near as punchy as this. Nowhere near. If I had 120 quid to spend, I wouldn't hesitate to get one. In fact, if I had a few hundred quid sat around, I'd probably get a few, because if I can only make one criticism, one down point, it's that once you've got a flavour in there and it's all set up, changing flavours is a bit of a faff, in all honesty. But aside from that, I can't really say anything. That's the only negative I could possibly come up with. It's a phenomenal device, as I'm sure a lot of Kayfun owners can happily sort of tell you. So there you go. That's what I think in a bit of a nutshell. Let's go into the table for a bit of a closer look. Okay, so this is all the pieces that come with the kit. I thought I'd get them all in shot together. 10 individual pieces. You can run this in 2 sizes, and 3 different overall configurations. Now my camera's playing up a bit with its autofocus, so what I'm going to do is put up a few pictures now just so that you can see some of the details on these pieces, because the quality of the machining is absolutely second to none. So these parts here down this side, these are all your different tank components, which allows you, like I said, for 2 different sizes, 3 overall different configurations. Down the right here, this is the beauty ring for using on an ego adapter. This is the top cap. This is your drip tip. And then here you've got 2 different sizes of chimneys for the different configurations. That's for running it in large mode. Drop everything as I'm doing this, as usual. Let's see if I can get a detail on this. There we go. So the Svoe Mesto logo is laser etched, and it's really nicely detailed. And when you see that coming through the polycarb tank, it's a pretty little thing. It really is. The quality of the threading as well. Hopefully the camera's picking that up quite nicely for you. It's so well machined right the way through. It's a quality bit of craftsmanship. This is the main guts of it. See if I can get it to focus a bit better again. There. So the quality of the threading right the way through is spot on. I'm not going to keep going on about that. I've said it enough times now. This is where your e-liquid comes up into the channels, and as you can see, it's yet again everything is just precision, complete precision. This here is for adjusting your airflow. This is where the air comes in. Now, rather than just being about personal comfort, it's also about device performance as well. So if you find that there's a tendency for it to flood, then you need to make it more airy. If it's not wicking quick enough for you, then you probably need to tighten it up a little bit. This here is your filling valve. So this is the input on it. This is, from what I can gather, just one solid machined piece. And this is where the e-liquid comes into the chamber. So, you know, I mean, that's one solid piece of metal, and just the precision engineering that's involved in achieving that, just complete hats off to the guys. Now, I did battle on and try and do this on cam, but for the sake of your time and my patience, I thought it was better to get to this stage without putting you through the agony of it. Got to be honest, I do find these a little bit difficult to get set up compared to some other type devices, but hey, I do shake a lot, so that's probably not going to help. So the idea is that these just push up into these slots here, and it doesn't matter if you're too accurate with that. And you then sort of push the bottom of the chimney on. You'll thank me for skipping these different stages. You saw what your coil needs to look like. You then sort of get your bottom part of the chimney over the top. And the supplied screwdriver that comes with this is perfect, just for making sure that everything's poked down nicely where it should be. So you want those sat in there, not too tight, not too loose. It might take you a couple of attempts to get to where you want to be with it, but I'm very happy with that. Okay, so once you got to this stage, it's a good idea to give it a bit of a test fire, and that's glowing up nicely there. Happy with that. And it's also a good idea just to give it a little bit of a prime as well. Glowing away nicely. Okay, so once you've done that, you then get your chimney part on the top. I'm going to run this up in small mode to start with. I'm going to put this on a polycarbonate tank first. Now the metal parts on here, I've noticed that the threads are different on both sides, so if you give it a twist and it doesn't feel like it's quite threading properly, then flip it 180 degrees and it should tighten up fine. And then on with the top cap. There we go. So that's short mode short mode version 1. And this is the second short mode setup. If you like the full metal look, then this will suit you down to the ground. Personally, I prefer to have the view window, see the Svoe Mesto logo popping through, and also have a bit of a better idea about where I am with the tank. But, you know, each to their own. We're all different and all that business. So there we go. That's the two metal bits together. Top cap on. Let's give the drip, get the drip tip on as well this time. There we go, and that's it with the full metal look. Okay, and for the final setup, you can put all three of the tank pieces together. So we'll take off the short chimney, put on the long chimney, that is Todd of Todd's Reviews, who's just given me a shout to give me a heads up that he's sending me something to review. I'm so excited, I really am. Right, okay, this is the polycarb tank again, and then onto that goes the shorter, sorry, I should put the longer of the metal pieces on first. Then the shorter of the metal pieces. Okay, now I've tried to put this on the wrong way, and I don't know whether you can hear that, but you can hear that the thread's not very happy. So you won't find any issues with the threading. If it feels a bit gritty, then just turn it round, and that's the way it's supposed to go. Now this mode holds, I think it's about 7 ml of juice, but if I just put it in the palm of my hand, it is quite big. It's pretty big. You saw the review last time with the power block. There's the power block next to it. It's long, but once you've got it set it up like that, you don't have to faff about in any way, shape or form. I thought the best thing about this is the filling mechanism, so I've got to show you that. So there we go, into the valve, and I'll give it a bit of a tip. Look at that. That's just fantastic. So you want to just do it in small squeezes at a time. Generally, because it's a pressure system, if you squeeze it all in one go, then it's going to build up pressure too quickly. Now, when I've just built a fresh coil, just to make sure that I've not done anything wrong, rather than filling it all the way, what I'd rather do is turn it upside down and just give it a moment and see whether anything starts coming out the bottom. I think I'm going to be okay here. After the coil that I built on cam, I actually had to go back and recoil it. I was getting a nasty metallic taste, but completely my bad. So I set it up extended this time. I thought I'd give it a go and see how I got on. If you can see, I've actually got the Svoe Mesto logo the right way around this time. I think I had it upside down before. So what haven't I told you? A few people have had problems with leaky valves. Now, the valve itself, from what I can gather, is just a small ball bearing with a spring behind it. So there's nothing in there that can really break down. So the advice that's gone around on forums, if you do happen to get a little bit of a small leak from there, I got one earlier in the week, is just to fill the bottle that comes with it. You're only allowed to use the designated nozzle. Fill it with warm water and give it a good squeeze down whilst you've got it stripped down. So that's what I did, and it worked. Just worked. No more leaks after that. What else do I need to tell you? I said at the start of the video that I wasn't sure whether I preferred the Genesis experience to this, and then when I really asked myself that question, if the only thing that I ever had to vape in the world was this, I would be a very happy man. It's better than anything. It's better than anything I've ever had. And yet again, Smanky, thank you, but I've been well and truly sport now. I've got to go back to my 30-40 quid kit, knowing that no matter how much I'm enjoying the vape off it, it's never going to be as good as this. £120 is a lot of money, but if I had it, I wouldn't hesitate to spend it on this. Personally, I'll go for the 3.1, but I do prefer my 22mm stuff, and it fits better with the type of devices that I generally tend to use. I couldn't recommend it in any higher terms. I've fallen in love with this thing, and if you get one, it'll only be a matter of time before you fall in love too, and that matter of time is probably about 30 seconds after you've got it filled up. I've waffled on long enough now. Hope that's been informative and useful, and I'll see you again next time. Thank you very much for watching.